What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Teams AI Only World Battle. Smashed it. Got it right again. We're getting there. It's going pretty well. I say it like I'm playing. I'm not. So that was a good start. It's quite peaceful at the moment, actually. I say that. I think Kilwa are in... Oh no, they've turned it around again. Never mind. They're fine. What else is big that's going on? It was only yesterday. My memory has turned into like a goldfish. Not a good sign. Obviously, everything, it's not quieting down in Europe. Russia and Poland are still at war with the Huns. They did peace out with Germany. I don't know if they peaced out with Britain and the Celts. I would say no. It's just not really a front. Korea peacing out with Egypt. Not too important. Korea did survive a Vietnamese attempt. That didn't really go their way, and obviously there's a city that keeps changing hands in South America. Oh, and how could we forget? There is this. This is pretty big. But there we go, Russia actually snuck in, despite Poland doing almost all the work. Take this city in Sweden. So that's another coastal city up here for this team. More boats, potentially. Pretty scary. And they're holding on. They lost this, but they're taking it back. And apart from the loss of population, not too many losses so far. So I'm currently holding on to this, but Arabia can obviously put it pretty low health pretty quickly with the artillery. Which isn't so useful. Look at Indonesia go. Look at all these planes. Love it. Love it. This is what we've wanted to see for so long. Them still here, this part of the game. And actually playing some importance. I mean, they could do stuff. They're just choosing not to. Obviously, this is probably kind of scary too. Probably don't want to mess with this. Hope New Zealand fighting Ethiopia out in the ocean. I mean, if they come over here, that would be interesting. Ethiopia just... I don't know why there's planes here, but these planes will be able to, I think, just about get the Zulu units, and I have no idea where they're coming from. Although they're starting to get planes, and the UK is here with a lot of stuff. Don't know what. They going after the Zulu? Be impressive if they are. Don't know what they're doing. Far too many wars to remember what everyone individually is up to. See, is this America's turn? Probably, into the yellow. Okay, I was laughing at them last episode for not beginning this siege after 2 turns with everything there and lots of stuff dying. But if the Inca don't move their planes this turn, then they might lose their whole air force next turn, and that would be pretty bad. Mongolia v Egypt, doesn't matter. Arabia, I mean, it's cool, but you're facing bigger problems. You know, this is pretty scary. Once you can't hold on to this anymore, they can, come after your other cities. But, we'll leave them be. They obviously thought in their heads Mongolia's next door. It's going to be useful. Don't know. I think this is the Songhai attacking Rome. I thought they pieced out. Obviously not. Don't have another. Although they can't see it unless... Or maybe they've got a spy. I was going to say, I don't know how that's working out. Unless they've got really good vision. Which is unlikely over a hill. And then 3 tiles away. Oh wow, that was quick. What have you done, Attila? This might go really badly for you. Poor old Khazar. They don't be much help. All these frigates just sat as a trireme in the Caspian Sea. That is definitely not going to be not the most useful unit at this point. No, nothing falling. Still lots of cities under siege. There is a nuke. In fact, we saw nukes get used at the end of the last episode. I completely forgot. Cuba was nuked. I mean, they've cleaned it up, I think, pretty quickly. Oh no, it's still here. You just need to zoom in. And I think that is a second nuke on this city. They're not holding back there. Oh, America with its B-17s. They're unique planes. I don't think we've ever had them survive long enough to actually build those. So that's incredible. Britain's got finally got some planes. But yeah, no nukes yet for America. But the B-17s mean they're close. The Inca probably don't have any more. I'd imagine they'd have used them. They'll need to build some new ones. Or maybe I think it was Brazil that had them. Do they have any more? Australia, do you want to do that? Okay, they have one more. It can't reach from down here, but oh, there's two down there. If need be, see the risk is these Iroquois boats would kill it before it gets over there, which is a good position to be in. Right now I just nuke my own city, kill all their units, you know, but just rush in, protect it afterwards, it'd be fine, I'm sure. No, that's probably a terrible idea, but America came so close. Next turn, I imagine this will be theirs, although this infantry is going to die, and that's the only unit that can... Oh no, there's a land ship here. But with 8 planes, I don't see that surviving either. So maybe another turn of waiting. I want to see... Russia have not been. The Khazar tried to put a stop to them. That was brave. I think Russia's turn does take quite a while, so won't get our hopes up. I have no idea where all their planes went. They just moved them around everywhere. They had 4. They had 2 and 4. There's 2 here. I don't know where any of the others went. They all die? Well, they didn't get any closer this turn. I think the Huns finally started to defend. Ooh. I would believe this can happen, but the Viet Cong can't take the city, so even if they get close, it's probably not going to happen. I think China's ready, but they have open borders, so it's probably not going to happen either. But yeah, China could definitely take Seoul. They probably need to. They need to do something soon if they want to win. It's been a while since they took a city. They took one off Vietnam, and you know it's not proved that useful. So they need to do something more. Ethiopia piecing out with the Huns. How are you? Yep, you held them off again. That must be embarrassing for Shaka and Rhodesia. Bad times. Completely forgot Nigeria had this. It's actually completely cut off. They can't. Well, I was going to say they can't get to it. They have open borders, so it doesn't matter. But they have lots of planes here, bombers as well, and an Ugbulu. Bolu. No idea. I assume that's Nigeria's unique unit. That's pretty cool. Wait, it must be a fighter replacement, I assume. Yeah, it has to be Nigeria's. I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course it does. They've got it. I was like, it could be either of them. But no, it's definitely not. Definitely belongs to Nigeria. Assume it replaces the fighter, considering they have bombers. Or it might be like the Great War Bomber, and they haven't upgraded it yet. One or the other. Or the Great War Fighter. I don't know. Something like that. I assume it's the fighter that it's replacing. Mongolia, denouncing the Sioux. I mean, that is definitely how to... The game wouldn't let me move. That's definitely how to spend your efforts. Appreciate that. Japan is still defending themselves. Pretty successfully. Little fortress they have here. 3 cities. Just hold off. Sure they'll be fine. To make it 45 more turns. Which is not that long when you think about it. We'll probably go more. I'll try and do more. But obviously it'll be off video because it just takes so long at that point. I mean, even now it's like 6 or 7 turns an episode. Maximum. That's it, and that's when I'm stretching them to 25 minutes as well. Although we got a few more Aionis now until the Inca series starts. Going to give it some time. So that's fine. We'll get a few more of everything. Just push us a bit further forward. Which isn't an issue at all. The Huns now piecing out the Siam. The Songhai. Similar name. Not really. At all. Close. But you know. It works. It works. Just don't... Oh my goodness. The Songhai are going to take Rome. There's so many units here. I don't know how they've done this. It must be the planes. Oh, if they have bombers. Okay, yeah, that's a big blow for Rome. I mean, they're going to take it back a few times, but the Songhai are pretty strong. I'm sure they'll keep it eventually. Never know, though. It's cool to see Britain with planes, though. That could definitely test Austria and Germany, who are still around, didn't lose anything. So they're still a contender. I mean, they're a pretty strong team all round. They're just next to a much scarier team that failed miserably. Oh, they did lose Hamburg, but apart from that, they held on pretty well. They kept Berlin, Vienna, they kept the 5 bigger cities. So I can't really complain. They're in a better spot than, say, France. In fact, if they got all their stuff together, went after France again, might be more successful. Maybe. Not holding out on anything. Okay, America should... Okay, they've got this. The land ships here. Next turn, it is theirs. The former Mayan capital. Oh, another city gets nuked. Brazil not holding back, which is incredible, because the AI is very reluctant to nuke, especially in AI only. I don't think I've seen it very few times before. On the small maps that we did in the AI World Cup and the Champions AI only battle, it happens a bit more. But maps like on Earth maps, it's very rare. They nuke this island. You can't see sometimes unless you zoom in. I think that's just pillaging. I was gonna say, they nuked this one, they've nuked here. They nuked here. Maybe twice there. America taking the brunt of it, and they're just not stopping. No cities lost yet by the North American team, despite everything going against them. They just keep pushing on, and they've taken 2 former capitals, so that is pretty big. They now control all the sea in the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to be pretty useful, I guess, for just the future. And the next city, if they were to go... Yeah, the next city to go after, see, they're probably going to try and steal this one away that's on 0 health, but the next one's the Panama Canal, Chichen Itza. Weird combo that we've ended up with, but if this falls, then it will be America that can suddenly, and the Iroquois, and start putting boats in both sides, crossing over. That is a huge city. That could be the nail in the South American coffin. If they were to lose that city, they might be trapped from that point on. Their coastal cities would be heavily exposed. They'd have to go all the way around the bottom to reinforce on either side. And there's not... Okay, Belo Horizonte's pretty big. Spain. Could see there. I mean, there would only be 2 cities on this western coast. Obviously, Cusco's here, but it's not on the coast to build stuff. So that would be a lot less building of boats than, say, out here where you got Sao Paulo, the Falkland Islands, Rio, Salvador... No, not Brasilia. I guess Buffalo, although it looks like it's going to fall. Maybe. There's no melee units nearby, but if they keep it in the red, probably going to happen. So Russia's been repelled. They've both been this turn. Mongolia's still just doing nothing. Great. They've fallen behind on tech. Even the Songhai have overtaken them. It's not a good side. I think what this team has going for them is they've got a good mix. Obviously, take out the North and South American teams, I think they've got both. Although maybe you could argue South America's falling into this category again. They've got the Songhai, who are very expansive, lots of land, probably lots of production across the whole thing, doing a lot of the hard work. And Nigeria can literally just sit here. 3 pretty big cities, all bigger than the Songhais. All of the Songhais, Carthage is just catching up. But even Gao's only at 15. So, like Lagos, I imagine a lot of science coming here. There's still jungle as well, which is obviously useful. 2 science. Yeah, that's really helpful. Keeping them in it, and that's probably why they've overtaken Mongolia and China, where both... I guess you could say the same here, though. China's cities are pretty big. I don't know. Also, that city is huge. 26, although we saw a 29. There's a 29 in Beijing. I think the biggest is still in New Zealand. Can have a little... check. I think last time I checked was that episode where I didn't record the video. So 35 in Wellington, or not the audio or something. I didn't do something. Wellington 35. That's definitely the biggest in Oceania or Oceania. I don't know, one or the other. I think it's Oceania, but I pronounced it still wrong. But I think that's closer than Oceania. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, maybe it's just Oceania. I don't know. I'm lost now. Nothing else in the 30s though. It's 29 in Beijing. The Huns have pieced out Russia. Anything switch hands? No. 26 for Mongolia. Russia v Egypt. Well, that was... Mecca's at 31. That's pretty big. Europe, there's 30 in Moscow and Warsaw. Not many other 30s. London's at 22. Paris 20. Madrid 21. Yeah, no 30s though. Rome is holding on. Nigeria we saw at 29. Ethiopia have a 22. Lots of 20s for Rhodesia, but no massive ones. Kilwa 34. So close instead of 35 in Wellington. What's it like out here? 23, 23, no 50s like we saw in Persia in my just finished Ottomans Let's Play. That was ridiculous. I think got to 55, and then, you know, no spoilers, but we all saw what happened. Or you didn't, in which case go check it out. Even if it's just the last episode, I think, if you want to just go see what happened to a 55 pop city. Just if you fancy it. Lots of peace deals going on. America have a 24, and that suggests there's not going to be any more 30s. That's probably the best spot. 25. Yeah, that's it. Oh, the Chinook also have a 25. That's fairly impressive. But yeah, there's 3 over 30 and then 2 30s, I think. That was right. Moscow, Warsaw 30. And then there was a 31 in Mecca, a 34 in Kilwa, and 35 in New Zealand. They're the biggest 5 cities in the world. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. This is when we're just missing like one random island that's got 900 million people on it. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, 36 now for Wellington. New Zealand. Not slowing down. Although there's a lack of planes on this team. Could hurt them. I guess they must have oil. There's a lot of land and sea owned by this team out here, particularly in the Pacific, up to this island. I hope they do something before the end. Go conquest something. At the moment they've taken 2 cities. I think both off Samoa. Not 1,000,000%, but I think they were both Samoan. One definitely was the Samoan capital. Can't remember if the other one was, or someone random just came and settled over there. But I think it was Samoa. Mercuria have actually pushed round, trying to do something. I think Arabia is going to hold on. The problem is they seem to have given up in taking this back from Siam, which gives them a jumping point, whether they just keep going or whether they peace out and then go again. No walls. Very brave play. You've got to take shortcuts when you're confident of winning, or not winning. When you're confident, but you need to do something to win. They know that. They need to just hold off China and Mongolia. I mean, mainly China. It's just going to be Mongolian air support and also units coming through here. But yeah, they need to do something to win. I don't know what. Mongolia have so much stuff out this way now. Oh, there is a war up there. Oh, that's pretty big, but it's not. They don't border each other. The Inca v Russia. Okay, Brazil's changed their minds. They're like, right, it's time. We need to do something. Attacking this one island, though, probably not going to change the course of a war. Another island in the Caribbean was nuked. And not sure what their plan was, but they nuked the former Mayan capital, which means, I mean, they may as well not even go for it now. They've just said, you know what, if we can't have it, you can't have it. Indonesia, that's what we like to see. Just stick it to the big civs, declaring war on Russia. Hopefully you won't come to regret that at any point in the game. There's also a New Zealand peace deal with somebody. Oh, Indonesia. Okay, so they got rid of a war that could have mattered, but obviously wasn't, because they'd been at war for ages. And just declared war on Russia, because, you know, why not? Just, it's like a middle finger to New Zealand. It's just like, you know, we're just so much more important than you. We're at war with Russia, you know. Just, you know, one of the top civs in the world. Just a lot of justs, and they're just showing off. That is a great place to be. Just chilling on a boat in a lake. Bit of a big boat. Okay. Everyone seems to be quite mad at Russia, which is impressive, because they haven't actually taken it. Okay, they took one city off the Huns. This could be interesting. Let's see if Attila opens his borders or not. If not, this will be pretty pointless. But if he does, things could get weird. But yeah, a lot of people declare war on Russia. I mean, I don't know who it would need to be to make it scary for them. They're pretty safe. Like, they're probably the safest team in the world. Just basing that on the fact that this team is getting nuked despite winning. They're pretty safe. But obviously getting nuked is not fun. And it could turn around. I mean, in theory, these guys are still stronger, but I don't know what they're doing. South American AI, so used to not doing anything. They just don't know what to do now that they've been blessed with units. Can't believe America turned it around. The thing is, the Iroquois didn't really... Okay, I don't say they didn't do too much. They took quite a bit, but the Iroquois just do what they normally do. Settle everywhere. America, for them, this is probably their best performance ever. And, I mean, they have pretty much all of America and Mexico now. So, and that's just... That's pretty impressive for them. But yeah, I don't know who it would take to be scary for Russia, because it's not going to be... I mean, Austria and Germany joining in now would make it interesting, but they're not going to do that. Come on. Let's be realistic. Greece obviously is not going to join in. Syria's a bit busy helping Arabia, their teammate, and not being destroyed themselves, and that's it. They don't border anyone else. The Huns obviously just peaced out, so that's not going to happen again. So that's interesting. Interesting where this is going. But Mongolia is obviously the closest threat, but there's no way to get to them yet. Obviously as technology advances it changes a bit, but it's a bit early at the moment. Also, Brazil must be building these nukes pretty quickly. They are using a lot. They have another one. Dang. Although their carriers seem to be gone. Oh, there's one here. Just a bomber. A couple of more atomic bombs. Pretty scary. Pretty scary. But America seems to have just tanked the hit. I mean, the Iroquois aren't even helping, by the way. I mean, look at all these military units. These tanks would be very useful. But that is going to be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.